Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Sammel, and I'm the principal of Sammel & Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Jenaye Peterson. She is the founder and managing partner at JM Law, and Jenaye is based in Atlanta, Georgia. She offers legal services for personal injury and expungements. And welcome, Jenaye.
Thank you for having me, Andrew. Hello.
So here's a question.
Yes.
What brought you to the law generally?
So it's a quick story. I was an 11th grader at Benjamin Banneker High School in Atlanta, Georgia. And my English teacher asked me, had I ever considered becoming a lawyer? And she asked that because we would have great debates on current events and topics on Fridays. And she said, I would always help people to see things in a different light, in a different perspective. And my answer to her was no. I don't come from a family of lawyers. I would be the first in my family. Don't have a blueprint. So I didn't consider it, but she put the thought in my mind and it never left me. So when I went to Georgia State for my undergrad degree in business, I took a few law electives.
Is that the Bulldogs?
Nope, that's the Panthers. That's the Panthers. So nope, you're good. That's UGA. So I actually decided to take a few law electives, loved it, and said, what the heck, take the LSAT, see what I do, challenge myself, something I was always good at doing, and took it, applied to some schools, and I got into two schools, which they considered schools of opportunity, which basically looks at you as a full profile, not just your test scores. So I got partially accepted into Florida Coastal, would have been there for a summer program to get fully accepted. But while I was there, I got fully accepted to North Carolina Central University School of Law in Durham, North Carolina. And that's how I got my start.
And what brought you to your specialty? What brought you to, personal injury and expungements? How did the two play off each other?
Absolutely. So I was interning for a good friend of the family at his practice, and he was specializing in both criminal and personal injury. And because I never wanted to do anything with criminal, too emotional, I'm a PK, preacher's kid. It's a lot that comes with criminal judgment, all these different things. And I just said, nope, don't want to have any parts of that. So I chose to do personal injury, taught me the ropes, and loved it. So that's how I kind of got my start with the PI world. With expungements, I always wanted to give back to my community. It's just at the heart of who I am. And of course, being a preacher's kid, going out into the community and serving the homeless and all of those things. And so I always just wanted to give back. And because I said I never wanted to do criminal, I felt like if I could help once they've been rehabilitated and they've already served their time, that would be a good way for me to come in and help someone get a second chance in life. So I learned a lot from the Georgia Justice Project here in Atlanta. And then I added it to my practice when I started my firm 5 years ago.
And before we came on camera, you had mentioned you had a great client story you wanted to share. Do you want to tell everyone about it?
Oh, yeah. So for confidentiality purposes, I won't disclose who the person was or is, but it's someone very near and dear to me. Actually couldn't get any closer than this. I represented him in a slip and fall case that occurred about 4 years ago at a restaurant depot here in Atlanta. And it was a 4-year fight. They only offered about $10,000 for 3.5 years. We did 2 mediations, and the first one was $10,000. The second one was $100,000. 2 weeks before trial at that. So they gave us nothing else to do but to fight all the way to the end. And so that's what we did. And June 18th through the 23rd of this year, 2025, was a 3-day trial in Fulton County. It's a jury trial, of course. And we received a $2.65 million verdict. And it was my very first jury trial. Yes, very first. So never sat second chair, never led a case in its entirety. And so here I am, first jury trial, $2.65 million for a loved one.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. And here's a question, like, what do you do for an encore And what happens, on the second one?
The sky is not the limit for me. I don't know what that next jury trial will look like, but I am very excited and very grateful for this recent win. And I know that, I'm capable of being a trial attorney and I can do great things for my client far and above and beyond what many others have been able to do. A lot of attorneys don't take their cases or their clients the full way. Sometimes they have to, take it to another lawyer because they don't do litigation. And I pride myself in being a firm that can take you from A to Z. And sometimes you feel like you're made for something, but you don't really know until you get in there and you do it. And so that recent trial win just tells me that I'm made for this and that I can do even bigger and better things beyond $2.65 million for my clients. This is only the beginning.
Wonderful. Well, so, following that, before we wrap up, if you could leave our listeners with one takeaway, what would that be?
In a world where selflessness and kindness is lacking, it's no longer commonplace. I just want to implore everybody to just, do as many acts of kindness, sowing those seeds of kindness because they really go beyond and outlive us all. And Maya Angelou said it best, people don't remember you for who you were or what you did or how much money you made or how many people followed you or how many likes you had on social media. They remember you for how you made them feel. So be sure to make an impact and make people feel great and loved as often as you can.
Amen. And by the way, today my guest is Jenaye Peterson of JM Law in Atlanta, Georgia. Jenaye, so that people can get in touch with you, can you share your contact info?
Absolutely. So I can be reached at JM Law, J Peterson at jmlaw-LLC.com. And I can also be found on social media at Jenaye Lawrence-Peterson or JM_Law LLC on Instagram.
Wonderful. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond. And Jenaye is a perfect example of that. If you're an attorney or know one who does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Jenaye, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Andrew, for having me. This was wonderful.